Have you ever read The Little Prince, a book that's sold over 200 million copies, translated into more than 300 languages, and is a must-read for middle school students? This fairy tale, crafted by French pilot Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, is a timeless classic. It's not just a bedtime story but a profound exploration of loneliness, love, and responsibility. Why does this slim fairy tale transcend cultures and eras to become an eternal classic? What secrets does it hold that make us weep yet fill us with hope? The Little Prince tells the story of a boy from planet B612 who leaves his roses, embarks on a cosmic journey, meets various adults, and eventually befriends a pilot on Earth. On the surface, it's a child's adventure, but beneath lies a philosophical quest into humanity and life. Saint-Exupéry weaves innocence and depth with poetic prose, inviting us to re-examine life's essence through laughter and tears. He once said, "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." This line, spoken between the little prince and the fox, is the soul of the entire work. Born in the shadow of World War II, this fairy tale reflects the author's exile in America and his anguish over war and human disillusionment. His pilot's perspective lends a unique lens. From above, humanity appears both insignificant and grand. In that turbulent era, the Little Prince shone like a faint light, kindling people's yearning for innocence and love. Today, in 2025, amid technological detachment, consumerism, and environmental crises, this book still sparkles like a star, urging us to reclaim our lost childlike wonders. Join us as we step into Saint-Exupéry's world to uncover the roots of the Little Prince. We'll follow the Little Prince's journey, decode the symbolism of his cosmic travels, and analyze the character's philosophical insights. We'll explore its historical and cultural metaphors and see how this fairy tale guides us through the fog of modern life. Let's embark on this heartfelt journey under the starlight. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry was not a professional writer but a pilot. His life reads like an adventure novel, brimming with romance and tragedy. Born in 1890 in Lyon, France, to an aristocratic family, he lost his father young, and his family fell on hard times. Yet, his mother's literary influence nurtured his sensitive heart. He recalled gazing at the stars as a child, dreaming up celestial stories, a spark that ignited the Little Prince. His childhood wasn't carefree. Financial struggles and family upheaval taught him loneliness early on. But his mother's poetry and music offered warmth, later reflected in the Little Prince's tender devotion to his roses. In the 1920s, Saint-Exupéry became a male pilot, flying rickety planes over the Sahara and South America. His flights revealed the world's vastness and deepened his sense of solitude and duty. In Night Flight, he wrote, "Flying is a responsibility. You're accountable for the mail, for the passengers." This sense of duty shapes the Little Prince's commitment to his roses. Once, stranded in the Sahara, he faced endless dunes alone, prompting him to ponder, what is the meaning of life? This desert experience became the setting for the Little Prince's encounter with the pilot. During World War II, with France occupied, Saint-Exupéry fled to America, consumed by homesickness and hatred for war. In 1942, in New York, he poured his childhood memories, flying experiences, and reflections on humanity into The Little Prince. His wife, Consuelo, inspired the rose's passionate yet capricious. She was his muse. Consuelo's complex nature taught him patience and understanding, mirrored in the Little Prince's love for his roses. The book's simple illustrations, drawn by Saint-Exupéry himself, radiate childlike sincerity, as if whispering, even in a scarred world, innocence is worth protecting. Writing The Little Prince was no easy feat for Saint-Exupéry. He often doubted himself, even considering abandoning the project. In a letter, he wrote, "I don't know if this book is worth publishing, it's too strange." Publishers initially dismissed this odd fairy tale, deeming it unfit for kids or adults. But his friend, writer Léon Werth, urged him to finish, saying, "This book will restore people's faith in love." Published in 1943, The Little Prince received a lukewarm response at first but grew into a global source of solace. In 1944, Saint-Exupéry vanished during a reconnaissance mission, leaving an enduring mystery. His life, like The Little Prince's, was brief yet radiant. The creation of The Little Prince mirrors not only Saint-Exupéry's personal journey, but also the collective voice of a war-torn era. War eroded faith, yet Saint-Exupéry's fairy tale insists, even in the darkest times, love and hope endure. In Wind, Sand and Stars, he wrote, "What makes the desert beautiful is that somewhere it hides a well." This line annotates The Little Prince and celebrates human resilience. This belief permeates the book, as if Saint-Exupéry whispers, "Never forget you were once a child." The Little Prince seems simple but brims with rich symbolic imagery. The Little Prince leaves B612, visits 6 planets, meets quirky adults, and arrives on Earth, encountering a fox, a snake, and a pilot. His journey is more than an adventure, it's a mirror reflecting humanity and the world. B612, his tiny home with 2 baobab trees and a rose, symbolizes the pure world of childhood. Though small, it holds boundless dreams. The baobab trees represent lurking dangers that must be uprooted, hinting at challenges in growing up. Left unchecked, these harmless-looking trees could destroy the planet, much like small habits can spiral into big problems. The rose, cherished by the Little Prince, is beautiful yet proud, embodying love's complexity. He waters and shields her, but her capriciousness drives him to leave. This departure isn't betrayal but a necessary step in growth. His journey teaches him the true meaning of love. The 6 planets' adults, each with peculiar flaws, satirize the absurdity of a grown-up world. The king creves control but rules no one, symbolizing hollow power. The vain man seeks admiration yet remains lonely, exposing narcissism's emptiness. The drunkard drinks to forget his shame, trapped in a vicious cycle, reflecting cowardice in facing reality. The businessperson counts stars he claims to own, forgetting to enjoy them, critiquing materialism. The lamplighter clings to meaningless rules, mocking mechanized lives. The geographer maps lands he never visits, ridiculing hollow intellectuals. These characters aren't mere caricatures but sharp portraits of human flaws. Saint-Exupéry asks readers, are we repeating these follies? Earth is the Little Prince's final stop and the start of his awakening. In the Sahara, he meets the pilot, both stranded by a plane crash. The desert symbolizes life's barrenness and trials, yet it cradles hope. Finding a well reveals that true treasures hide in the ordinary. The Little Prince and pilot's dialogues feel like children sharing secrets, brimming with wisdom. The well evokes Chinese poet Tao Yuanming's line, living among men, yet free from their clamor, stressing inner peace over external noise. The fox adds warmth and wisdom to the tale. It teaches the Little Prince about taming. To me, you're just a boy like any other, and I'm just a fox like any other. But if you tame me, we'll need each other. This isn't just a lesson in love but a truth about all relationships. The fox adds, you're responsible for your roses. This underscores responsibility. Love is about guardianship, not possession. The snake casts a tragic shadow, symbolizing death and transcendence. Its bite sends the Little Prince back to his planet, echoing biblical wisdom and temptation, yet hinting at life's cycle. His departure isn't an end but a fulfillment of duty. He must return to his roses. After the Little Prince leaves, the pilot gazes at the stars, feeling both sorrow and warmth. This bittersweet emotion threads through the book, offering hope amid tears. These images weave a symbolic tapestry: stars for hope and longing, the desert as a testing ground, the well as truth, and the roses and foxes as love and connection. Saint-Exupéry crafts a map of growth, loss, and rediscovery. In a letter, he wrote, "I hope this book plants a seed in readers' hearts. That seed has sprouted in readers worldwide, making it a timeless classic." The Little Prince has few characters, yet each carries profound meaning. They're not just roles in a story but reflections of humanity's facets. Through The Little Prince, roses, foxes, and pilots, we glimpse truths about love, duty, and innocence. The Little Prince embodies purity. His curiosity and sincerity let him see through adults' absurdities, though love wounds him. His devotion to the roses is deep yet fragile. Leaving his planet helps him grasp her worth. Psychologist Viktor Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "Life's purpose lies in love and responsibility." The Little Prince's journey proves this. He learns to be accountable for his roses, even at great cost. His innocence isn't naivety but a curious trust in the world. This recalls children's author Roald Dahl, whose Matilda features a girl bravely questioning the world, much like The Little Prince. The rose embodies love's complexity. Beautiful yet proud, she craves love but struggles to show it. The Little Prince is hurt by her thorns but later sees her vulnerability as proof of love. Educator Maria Montessori said, "Love is the starting point of education." Her emphasis on respecting a child's individuality aligns with the rose's taming. Love demands patience, not control. The Roses also evokes French poet Charles Baudelaire's Flowers of Evil, where women are both alluring and contradictory. The fox is a wise mentor. It teaches taming. Building bonds takes time and effort, but once formed, they give unique meaning. This echoes philosopher Martin Buber's I and thou theory. True relationships are heart-to-heart, not utilitarian. The fox's line, "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly," is the book's core and a warning against materialism. In 2023, psychologist Daniel Kahneman's passing reminded us his work showed human decisions are often swayed by flawed intuition. The fox's see with the heart calls for balancing reason and emotion. The pilot, Saint-Exupéry's stand-in, speaks for readers. Stranded by a crash, he rediscovers his inner child through The Little Prince. His self-mocking, reflective narration feels like a dialogue with his adult self. His story recalls environmentalist Jane Goodall, who, while studying chimps in Africa, learned to see nature through a child's eyes, uncovering animals' complex emotions. Her journey affirms the power of childlike wonder. Only by shedding bias can we see truth. The pilot's loneliness echoes Saint-Exupéry's wind, sand, and stars. Alone in the desert, I felt both small and great. This paradox runs through the book, leaving readers sad yet hopeful after the Little Prince's departure. These characters reveal three core lessons: taming or building bonds through time, seeing with the heart or looking beyond appearances, and responsibility or sacrificing for those we love. These truths aren't just for fairy tales, they're life's guideposts. Consider the real-world examples. In 2024, Swedish activist Greta Thunberg's climate strikes echoed the Little Prince's pure conviction, awakening adults' duty to our planet, their roses. Her actions show even a child can bear great responsibility. Though a fairy tale, The Little Prince is rooted in World War I's turmoil. In the 1940s, Europe was shattered, and Saint-Exupéry witnessed France's fall and humanity's collapse. His exile bred loneliness and helplessness, fueling the Little Prince's critique of adult absurdities. The kings, businesspeople, and geographers mocked war-era obsessions with power, greed, and empty rationalism. Nazism's spread resembled the king's hollow rule. Economic plunder mirrored the businessperson's ownership. In his diary, Saint-Exupéry wrote, "War showed me humanity's folly, but also love's power." This belief shapes the book's heart. Culturally, The Little Prince blends Eastern and Western wisdom. The Rose and Fox's taming recalls Huangzi's idea of natural, free relationships. The Little Prince's longings for stars echoes Western existentialism, like Albert Camus's The Myth of Sisyphus. One must find meaning in absurdity. This fusion makes the book universally resonant. Chinese readers connect with its innocence, akin to the Tao Te Ching's return to simplicity. In 2023, Peking University philosopher Wang Bo said, "The Little Prince is a modern Huangzi telling profound truths through a fairy tale." In 2025, books' metaphors remain vivid. Consumerism traps us like the business person. Tech isolates us, forgetting to see with the heart. AI's rise, like OpenAI's 2024 model, sparks fears of replacing human bonds, yet the fox reminds us, taming takes time. Environmental crises demand the Little Prince's duty. Will we care for our planet, our roses? Jane Goodall's chimp conservation embodies this, proving one person's actions can change the world. The Little Prince also reshapes education and parenting. Montessori's focus on a child's uniqueness mirrors the Little Prince's patience with his roses. In China, parents often prioritize success over emotions. In 2024, a Shanghai school's emotional education program used The Little Prince to teach love and duty, helping kids open up. The book urges, listen to children's hearts, not just their grades. Globally, The Little Prince resonates across cultures. In 2023, Japanese director Hayao Miyazaki said it inspired Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, where a girl, like the Little Prince, protects nature. This cross-cultural echo proves the book's universal truths. The Little Prince's lessons apply to therapy, parenting, environmentalism, and relationships. Let's explore real and imagined stories showing its impact. London therapist Irene Carter uses The Little Prince to help clients. She worked with Lucas Moran, a programmer with anxiety from work stress, who neglected his family. Irene had him read the book and practice taming, chatting with his wife daily for 10 minutes about feelings, not working. 3 months later, Lucas's anxiety eased, saying, "I learned love is about being present, not owning." Irene's approach echoes Viktor Frankl, meaning heals. She also created a star journal exercise where clients note daily moments of joy, rediscovering life's beauty. In education, Shanghai teacher Hang Yan weaves The Little Prince into lessons. She had students draw their roses and pledge to care for it. A boy, Chen Chen, drew a stray cat and promised to feed it daily. 6 months later, he grew responsible and kinder. Chang says, "The Little Prince teaches kids love is action, not words." She held a starry night talk, where parents and kids read the book and shared their roses, deepening bonds. In environmentalism, The Little Prince inspires action. Jane Goodall's roots and shoots in Tanzania, citing The Little Prince's duty to his roses, led to 5 million trees planted globally by 2023. In 2024, China's Green Little Prince project had kids like Li Xinran planting windbreaks in Inner Mongolia, saying, "Each tree is my rose." These efforts show the book's call to responsibility can spark real change. In relationships, taming teaches us to invest time. In 2024, Japanese psychologist Naoki Yamamoto's taming plan had coworkers sharing weekly lunches, discussing life, not work. Participants grew closer, boosting workplace efficiency. Yamamoto says, "The Little Prince shows relationships are time's gift." His taming calendar tracks shared moments, reinforcing bonds. In 2025, this expanded to schools, fostering student friendships. In workplaces, The Little Prince reshapes leadership. In 2024, Google manager Sarah Bernstein launched a Listen with the Heart project, inspired by the book. Weekly Starry meetings let team members share personal stories, boosting morale. Sarah says, "The Little Princess with the Heart taught me to understand my team." This aligns with Peter Drucker's view: leadership respects humanity. For personal growth, the book guides us through inner struggles. In 2023, Indian writer Arundhati Roy, in A Creative Rut, said The Little Prince's starry longings rekindled her passion. She said, "It reminded me to create for love, not fame." Brazilian photographer Carlos Ferreira, inspired, ditched commercial work to capture street kids' smiles, later shown at the UN. These stories highlight the Little Prince's timeless values. Whether healing hearts, guiding kids, or saving Earth, it offers a roadmap. In our rushed lives, we lose sight of what matters, forgetting to look up. The Little Prince asks, "Who is my rose? Am I responsible for it? Do I still gaze at the stars?" The Little Prince is an epic of childhood. It begins with a boy's cosmic adventure, navigating loneliness, love, and duty, returning to life's joy. Saint-Exupéry paints a starry sky to guide us when lost. In 2025's challenges text isolation, materialism's void, this book is a lighthouse. It urges, love takes time, duty takes courage, truth takes heart. Whether you're a busy worker, stressed parent, or dreamy teen, it whispers, you were once a child. Be like the Little Prince, tame your roses bravely. Be like the fox, wisdom see with your heart. Be like the pilot, find life's well in the desert. May you find your own B612 under the stars. May that sky shine forever.